What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Monday, November 25th, 2024. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $15 best bet, head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. You can probably hear from my voice, I'm a little bit under the weather. Something happened between Sunday night and Monday morning where just was not feeling well, but I can't not have the wraparound 2 days in a row. Only had one game yesterday, so I kind of left it as it was. But yeah, just gonna try to soldier through. I want to make you guys some money, and it's funny because today is actually one of the tougher cards. I find there's just a lot of tricky lines out there. So let's try to make some money. Let's not wait any longer. You guys know the drill. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game comes to us from the Lenovo Center, where the Carolina Hurricanes take on the Dallas Stars. And, this is a tricky matchup because obviously both these teams are playing some solid hockey right now. But the thing that stands out for me is that the Dallas Stars are still, about a 500 team on the road. And this is a Carolina Hurricanes team that's only lost once on home ice this season. Now they are coming off of back-to-back losses to the Columbus Blue Jackets and the New Jersey Devils. Two tricky spots. And I'll tell you, I was even a little bit pissed off that Carolina lost that game against Columbus, but I think they bounced back at home here. I know the Dallas Stars are playing the better hockey right now. Winners of back-to-back games and 5 of their last 6, but head-to-head between these two teams, I just think that even it's been fairly back and forth between the two, and I think that Carolina gets the job done here. So I'm going to take the Carolina Hurricanes on the money line in this one. Next, we head to the Amerant Bank Arena where the Florida Panthers take on the Washington Capitals, and I'm still standing on the hill that I think Washington is going to be fine once they get Alex Ovechkin back. But until they do, it's just really hard to feel good about the state of this Washington Capitals team because Ovechkin is the heartbeat of it. I mean, he makes up a lot of the offense, and now you got to take on a Florida Panthers team that has owned this Washington Capitals team since they met in the playoffs. This is a Florida team that in the last 6 regular season meetings is 6-0, with 4 of those 6 wins coming by 2 or more goals. I got to go with the Florida Panthers here. I just feel the Panthers are in some decent form right now. Good enough to be able to get the job done, missing their best piece. Yeah, Florida's lost 3 straight and 5 of 6, but they're all against quality teams for the most part. I think Florida bounces back here and gets the job done. I'm taking the Panthers in regulation on the puck line. Next, we head to Amalie Arena where the Tampa Bay Lightning take on the Colorado Avalanche. And, it's a tricky matchup again between two of the NHL's best that got off to a bit of a slower start, so far this season. Colorado obviously had issues with goaltending, and Tampa Bay just got off to a slow start in general and were kind of sputtering through the first couple months. But now Tampa Bay has kind of turned into a bit of a streaky team where, just in the month of November, they've lost 4 straight, then they've won 3 straight. Now they've lost back-to-back games, so it's kind of like you got to pick your spots. And this may be one of those spots where you ride the other team until Tampa Bay puts it together. Now, I know they are 6-2-1 at home. They're playing their better hockey at home as well. But the Colorado Avalanche have started to pick it up on the road. They've won 3 straight road games. They've won each of the games on this current road trip. They've won 6 of their last 7. I think the Colorado Avalanche are worth a look here at the coin flip price, so I'm going to take Colorado at minus 110. Now let's get to this one between the New Jersey Devils and the Nashville Predators. And, you know, this is a tricky one for me because I obviously had the Predators on the do not bet list, and they're starting to try to work their way off of it. And now they get a decent matchup to maybe try to take another step towards it by taking on a New Jersey Devils team that the Predators have frankly owned in the past. I mean, head to head, the Preds have won 9 of the last 10 meetings and each of the last 8 in New Jersey. But the problem for me here is I could easily see this being a spot where you could see Scott Wedgwood, as UC Saros has seen a ton of action as of late. And if that is the case, Wedgwood is not a good not a good goaltender, not a good number 1, or not even number 2. And the New Jersey Devils are playing some really solid hockey right now. Winners of 4 of 5 and 7 of their last 9, and against some quality opposition there as well. I think even if you do see UC Saros here, still Predators on the do not bet list. Give me the New Jersey Devils on the money line in this one. Now we head to this matchup between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Vegas Golden Knights. And the Philadelphia Flyers, a team that can provide value in their fair share of spots for sure. Um, and they are just a game under 500 at home this season. However, if you notice, the games the Philadelphia Flyers are winning are against teams on or below their level. The Vegas Golden Knights, not below the Philadelphia Flyers level. The Flyers, the home losses that they've been taking lately have been against teams like the Boston Bruins, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Colorado Avalanche. The Vegas Golden Knights are still just a game below 500 themselves, but I still think they're playing well enough that they are worth looking at here. Vegas has won 4 of their last 5 road games and 5 of their last 7, and I think they're in decent enough form that you can back them here at a reasonable price. I'm going to take the Vegas Golden Knights on the money line at minus 140. Next, we head to Madison Square Garden, where the New York Rangers are taking on the St. Louis Blues. And, I wanted to back the New York Rangers here because they frankly owe us after, pooping the bed against the Edmonton Oilers the other night. But minus 250, a little bit rich for my blood, considering that the St. Louis Blues have had a history of being competitive against the New York Rangers. And even though, they haven't necessarily been scoring a ton of goals as of late, they've still been fairly competitive by keeping goals off of the board. And the New York Rangers, well, they dropped back-to-back games to close out their road trip, and on the road is actually where New York has played their better hockey this season. When the Rangers have played at home, they're 5-3-1. They're almost a 50-50 team. So rather than try to mess around with a side here, because I think the Blues could have some value here, but again, the St. Louis Blues have always been shown that they always have the ability to crap the bed as well. So rather than mess around, I'm going to just take the under 6 here. These are two teams with decent goaltending, especially the New York Rangers, even though Jonathan Quick didn't show it on Saturday. But two teams with decent goaltending and two teams that can often go through offensive droughts as well. This could easily be a 1-3 wins kind of game. So I'm going to go with the under 6 in this one. Now we head to the Canadian Tire Center for an all-Canadian matchup between the Ottawa Senators and the Calgary Flames. And the Calgary Flames are a team that I have tried to not back on the road as much as possible because they're 3-3-3, so basically 3-6 on the road this season compared to 9-3 at home. However, the Calgary Flames did just sweep their homestand, and I know while that still means that you have to go back out on the road now, it's given the Calgary Flames some confidence. And I think they can be able to compete in this matchup. The Ottawa Senators, it hasn't mattered home or away. This team can't win right now. They've lost 5 straight. They've given up at least 4 goals in 4 of those 5 losses, and they just can't get out of their own way. I am not laying minus 150 with a Senators team just because they're due and because the expectation for much of the season has been that they can win their games on home ice. The Calgary Flames are playing really well right now, and I think they have enough momentum to be able to come into Ottawa and get the win. So give me the Calgary Flames on the money line at plus 125. Now we go to this matchup between the New York Islanders and the Detroit Red Wings from the UBS Arena. And two teams that, again, I don't find that I can trust. They've already faced off twice this season. We've seen a combined 4 goals in a pair of Detroit Red Wings victories. So if you're looking for a side, maybe you lean towards Detroit, but Detroit has fallen off a map offensively in recent games, and they've lost 3 straight on the road against the Sharks, the Ducks, and the Kings. And the Islanders, they're not great themselves, but they always have the ability to steal one on home ice. They lost 3 of their last 4, and if more often than not, scoring 3 goals per less a game. So for me, I'm going to go with the under 5.5 here. I think the goaltending can hold up. I think we just got a low-scoring, ugly game here. Now we go to the XL Energy Center between this matchup between the Minnesota Wild and the Winnipeg Jets. And this matchup, it may seem tough on the surface, but I was able to just find the angle that I like for this game, and that is that you have two teams that are both playing extremely well right now, but both also play well on the road. They play their better hockey on the road. Obviously, who's that going to benefit? The Winnipeg Jets being on the road here where they're 8-3 this season. The Minnesota Wild 9-1-3 on the road, but also just 4-2-1 at home, basically a 4-3 record, just a record just above 500 at home. Head to head, the Winnipeg Jets have won each of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, including a 2-1 overtime win earlier this season. Both have just been had their ups and downs as of late, but I think the Winnipeg Jets can bounce back and get the job done here against a familiar opponent they've had a ton of success against. So give me the Winnipeg Jets here at minus 120. Now we head to the Honda Center for a matchup between the Anaheim Ducks and the Seattle Kraken. And, the Kraken head-to-head have owned this matchup in the past. I mean, Seattle's won 7 straight meetings, 8 of the last 9. And, Seattle's coming off a nice homestand where they went 5-1. The problem is I thought that homestand was going to carry over to their first road game of this little road trip that they're on. And not only that, it did the exact opposite. It screeched the momentum to a halt. They've now scored 1 goal or less in 3 of their last 4 road games. Seattle has. They're 3-6 on the road this season. The Anaheim Ducks aren't a team I go out of my way to back very often, but they've won 3 of their last 4. They did stumble last time out against the Buffalo Sabres, but they've been competitive against teams like Vegas, Minnesota, at home. They beat Columbus and Detroit, teams on their level. And I think that Seattle might actually be on Anaheim's level here. I just don't think that there's a reason for me to lay minus 150 here when the Kraken have shown an inability to win on the road. So give me the Ducks here at plus 125. And our final game on Monday's card takes us to the SAP Center, where the San Jose Sharks take on the Los Angeles Kings. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. For me, there are certain teams that are like that toxic ex that you just can't get rid of, that you just keep crawling back to, even though you know it's really bad for you. And I think for me right now, that's the San Jose Sharks, especially at home, where they are a team that's just below 500. They did lose to the Buffalo Sabres. They've lost 3 straight, 6 of 7 and 7 of 9. But they've been competitive in a lot of those games. And the Los Angeles Kings, this is a rivalry game for the San Jose Sharks. These two teams do not like each other. And the last time we've seen the LA Kings on the road, they lost at Colorado and at Calgary, back-to-back road losses. And right now, the Kings, 2 goals or less in 4 of their last 5 and in 5 of their last 7. So I'm going to take a shot here on the San Jose Sharks, plus 1.5, and put a little bit on the money line at plus 190. Maybe even a look towards the under as well in this one to round things out. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Monday, November 25th, 2024. Again, if you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $15 best bet, head to pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. And remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for an additional 15% off your purchase. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys.